Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is KB, Sassy KB, and if you're new, we just want to say welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Today I have a video for you guys, kind of, teaching us how to make a wig. I'm not a professional or nothing, so I just wanted to share a few tips with you guys on how I make a wig for me and hopefully to help you guys out as well. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So you're going to need a mannequin, your wig cap, a pair of scissors, some thread, and a needle. And of course the hair. You want to go ahead and put on your wig cap. Make sure your cap is on and it's centered, because if it's not centered, some things will happen and it's not going to be right. So I would center your cap and I like to pin it down. So we're going to use some T-pins. Okay guys, so make sure when you're pinning down the back of your cap, you want to pull it down so it kind of gives you like a head shape kind of thing. So pull it down, not too far, but just far enough where you feel like, oh yeah, this is going to fit my head. And the front doesn't really need to be pinned down. I just like to pin it down because. And then in the back right over here, what we're going to do is kind of grab where it's a little bulgy and pull that and sew those ends down. So I'm doing that on both sides, and then we'll sew it down. Or you can leave it pinned down and then glue over it as you go if you're using the glue method. I'm going to be sewing, so I'm sewing it down. So I went ahead and sewed that part down in the back there. But this is the hair that I was using. I'm not showing you guys how to color it or nothing because I had colored it a few years ago. So when I sew, I always like to bring the hair down just about a half an inch because I have a pretty big forehead and I like my lace to come a little bit further down on my forehead. So we'll pin it right there. Make sure your lace is front and center, you guys. If it's not centered, things are going to be looking quite weird. So make sure it's centered. And we use a lot of pins just because I like things to be secure. Also, I don't know why I didn't braid the front of the lace. Like, that was just so crazy of me. But try to braid the hair that is in the front so that way you won't have all this craziness happening that I had going on here. Okay, so now that the hair is front and centered, or so I thought, I'm going to try to pin down where the ears is, where I think my ears are. So readjust if you need to, just to make sure that everything is exactly where it needs to be. So this is about exactly how you want it to look. Perfect. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and start sewing. So when it comes to sewing, always start in the middle. That way you know that things are going to end up exactly where they should be. Yay, finally I decided to pin the hair back. So anyway, go ahead and pin the hair back and then start sewing. So when you're sewing your hair, you guys, you want to do the blanket stitch um, sewing method or pattern. You want to go under and make sure your thread goes over the needle as you sew. I wish I could have brought it closer to show you guys what I'm doing, but I think you've seen some other people film this, so you know what I'm talking about. But it should look something like this, nice and clean. It hides the white. All right, guys, so when you come to the elastic part of the band, make sure you don't sew through the elastic because your wig will not stretch. So make sure you just sew right where the fabric is and through your lace front and then tie it off. And I repeat, do not sew through the elastic. Okay, you got it. Okay, so your hair should look something like this. Okay, so this is the pattern we're going to use today. Is just straight back until you get up to the very, very top, and then you go across it like that, up to the very lace. So this is the hair, and I'm using the long one in the very back. Double your weft. No single wefts over here. We're doubling the weft so the hair is thicker. And again, guys, do not sew through your elastic. This is me struggling trying not to sew through the elastic, okay? That's how important it is. All right, I'm going to leave that there. So all throughout the hair, we are blanket stitching the entire way. Just so you guys know, I did not change the stitch pattern or nothing. It's the same thing all throughout. Okay, so we're at the end, and I want to show you guys how I keep going without cutting off. You don't want to cut off, you want to flip the hair over. So what we're going to do is sew the hair to the end up kind of in a U shape. Use your lines, your guidelines. So you want to sew the hair up into a U shape and then you flip it over. Just watch. So I just sew that part. Now what I'm going to do is flip it so it doesn't get the bulkiness or nothing like that. Just like that. And then pin it down. I always pin it down just so it stays secure and I don't have to fight with it. All right. All right. So we are at the very top. What we're going to do here, instead of doubling the weft, we're going to use one. So you're going to open the weft and then you're just going to sew one at a time. And we're doing the same thing, just flip over when you get to the end. No cutting off, just flip it over. So when I got to the very top, what I did was I sewed through the cap and then through the thread of the lace front. What I did in the very beginning. So you want to sew through your hair and then a cap and then the frontal. So that kind of keeps it very secure at the very top over there, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I just have to say, you guys, this is the very first cut I've made since I started sewing. So that's how you want it to be. Don't cut too much hair off because then your hair starts to shed as you go. The older the hair gets, it starts shedding. So don't try cutting all the time, okay? Just no more cutting. All right, so we're all done. Um, Flip the hair over and we're going to cut where we didn't, well, the part that we really don't need actually. So get your scissors and just cut off the excess cap, and we are done. Look at you guys being great out here making your own wigs and stuff. Look at us. Okay. So here's the hair all done, and I just wanted to show you guys a closer look of it. That's the inside, obviously. At this point, you can go ahead and sew your combs on there. If you want combs, you don't have to. You can also sew your elastic. It's all up to you.
Okay guys, so here's the finished look. So this is the wig. It's actually been a few hours. I just got back from a date with my husband and this is how it's looking. The curls are like falling out. But yeah, so let me go ahead and give you like a 360. Let me turn to the other side.
Mommy, I found something for you.
Hang on, baby. So yeah, this is how it's looking. Don't mind my lace game. It's not quite strong yet because I don't really wear very many wigs, but it will get there eventually, I'm sure. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was informative, and I hope it was pretty helpful somehow to some of you guys, but let me know, okay, in the comment section. And also just let me know if you want me to try something else and something new. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by and for leaving your feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything. Till next time, you guys, stay blessed. Bye.